Hi everyone and welcome back to show match number 2 between Karma and Darrick. Today Karma is playing as the 8th Infantry Division and is red on the left, and on the right in blue is Darrick playing as the 39th Infantry Division. Early Alpha Jet HE Bomber coming in at the top there. Obviously this could be a deliberate switch of sides between these guys. I need to double check with them, but I suspect this was to see who played which faction better, or if the 8th really does play the best right now. Now that Alpha Jet is coming in for something. It is taking fire from the Mi-24, however. The Mi-24 is going for Karma's Cobra. Karma once again sending a lot of units to the top there, and as we decided yesterday, it's probably to be able to get easy access to this tree line. Alpha Jet escaping pretty much unaffected. It did get engaged, I assume, by that MiG-23, unless it went for the chopper. But the chopper is surviving. These two are engaging each other. And technically the Mi-24 is full health. Really good use of BMP-3s here to provide fire support. Will absolutely tear apart those infantry. BMP-3s are so good at anti-infantry. Once again, these guys with just a smattering of units down the bottom. In fact, Darrick doesn't even have any recon down here. All of his recon is in the center. M1A1 Abrams pushing up here. I assume wanted to try and get some shots on those BMP-3s. However, is getting hit by a BMP-3 from over here with missiles. Managed to smoke and dodge that one. Razvedka Heavy pushing up quite far here. Darrick being a little bit more aggressive this time. Has lost a BMP-3 to a TOW-2, unsurprisingly. Those TOW-2s are ridiculously good. There are 2 TOW-2s there, so he will be losing vehicles rapidly. There goes another one. T-62 is taking shots at that TOW-2. But interesting, the TOW-2 has 3 health, even though it is only a 2-man squad. It is a very strange squad. If we zoom in, we can see there are only 2 people there. It should probably only have 2 health, the same as the other 2-man squads. I'm not sure if that's something that's going to be corrected or not. Karma being held at bay, but most of his infantry still surviving here. Darrick doing a good job at being a little bit more aggressive this time compared to the previous game, and is pushing quite far forward. Obviously hunting out those TOW-2s. One TOW-2 appears to have been killed that was in the center here. Now, interestingly, this time Karma bringing in a CV early, wanting to get some points ahead of Darrick. Hard to say who would win this little fight at the moment. There is plenty of fire support for Darrick, however, he doesn't have as many infantry. That said, it looks like Karma's lost another infantry squad. He's lost most of that squad. Still got almost a full squad of engineers, but only stingers there. So actually, the fully healed up Motostrelki would probably cause them a lot of issues. Here Darrick goes, pushing across the entire central point. Not stopping this time. Not getting into the trap he fell into last time where he just held back, even though he had the advantage. He's realized this time that Karma sent all of his stuff up here, so he didn't have as much down here, though he is bringing in a lot of stuff now. Mech rifles, an M1 Abrams, another Cobra appearing. Oh, it's the same Cobra. How is that still alive? 2 command vehicles in for Darrick, not wanting Karma to get too much of a lead. That will force Karma to purchase another for Golf. Right now, Darrick sort of defending the center while also pushing the center. That chopper is finally dead, the Igla Gullet. Up here, that Abrams is almost dead. Jaeger Aufkul will cause some problems. There's only a BMP-1 left there. He really needs a tank up there to support, but I don't know if he realizes that M1A1 is still alive. Mech rifles pushing in here will cause lots of problems for these Grenzer as they are alone. They would need some fire support, and I'm not sure they're going to get it. Abrams there shooting up the hill a little bit into the edge of that forest where they can just see those Grenzers, but the Grenzers are now pulling back. Still taking some fire from a CEV, which now does plenty of damage to infantry squads, as it should. Up here at the top there's an M60. Those forces of Karma's have pulled right back. Now Mostrelki would technically do a lot of damage potentially against the M60 if it could get close enough to fire its rockets, but I don't know if it is. It should be within range. No, it's moved out of range. It was in range to fire missiles from the RPG. Darrick has moved up these tanks to engage these forces. That tank has been rapidly repaired by multiple supply trucks. Here, Karma has managed to push back in to this little area of forest. Command in for Darrick in the center now as well. We'll push Darrick ahead in points once more as we saw in the previous game. No command coming in as yet for Karma. Just the one at the back. Forces pushing up here. He's got good support from vehicles. The tanks there and the CEV, which is technically a tank-ish. Alpha Jet coming in to hit these units here. Is he going to get a good strike? No. Good maneuvering by Darrick there. Now, a few tanks would cause him a lot of issues, but the problem is the mech rifles obviously have dragons, so they have long range. He can't rely on vehicles, to take these out without many of them firing at once to stun lock them. Plus there is an M1 Abrams there, which is going to be a lot better than the T-62 in reality. Mech rifles coming in here. Still no more commanders for Karma coming in. Giving Darrick currently a +5. Look at how rapidly he is pumping up those points. Karma needs to do something. Oh, Darrick, there we go. Karma bringing in a CV. We'll drop that to +3 for the time being, if nothing else. Could do with maybe bringing in an infantry CV back here. Probably the most sensible thing right now, because Darrick's sort of spread all the way up here, where you've got Karma in a much more clustered here and clustered here, where Darrick needs to be a little bit more spread out. Neither player building up too many forces at the bottom, but I do note that Darrick is bringing in a few more squads. Certainly not enough to form an attack, but he's possibly thinking about it. I will state that yes, he has enough there to probably push this point where there is one squad of LRS and one cannon Jagdpanzer. However, that's not really a force you'd want to push with, because a small amount of reinforcements would kill them. And, an Alpha Jet, which I expect Karma has a few more to call in. Two cannon Jagdpanzers pushing up here will be coming up against these Mostrelki and will die very quickly to them. Yeah, there they go, both dead. M1A1 Abrams, however, not quite such an easy target. And Karma is now in that forest with infantry. You will note that Darrick looking a little bit thin on the ground there. Darrick scouting with a BTR. Command coming in at the top here, so Karma's going to put one in at this top corner. He is the furthest into the point here. However, I suppose the risk is that if Darrick is in here, he could technically shoot across this field to kill it. That is a distinct possibility, because he'd have to be in this sort of tree line, and I think Darrick can probably see that tree line if he has recon there. Mech rifles pushing up further now. Darrick calling in a couple more tanks. More infantry are on the way, and some more tanks. Reinforcements coming in for Golf now. I'm not surprised by that. Just high Matsuchin, but better than nothing. I did expect that once Darrick had sent anything to scout, Karma would reinforce, because he knows that there's a possibility. Could also be that it was a distraction attempt by Darrick, and he's wanting Karma to send stuff that way. Another Alpha Jet coming in there. Neutralization of the center, but Darrick's still ahead at 850 points now. This Alpha Jet, I assume, going for this building here at a guess. I'd be surprised if it's not. Darrick's still doing a good job at holding back the forces here from Karma. But I think this will be the end of those Mostrelki. No, they survived. Oh, just survived. One squad member left. BMP3 coming in here to reinforce. And another Mostrelki squad there. Jaeger Aufkull coming in. These mech rifles are pushing up now against these Grenzers. The Grenzers do have their weapons on, so should start to engage. Well, mech rifles, obviously, with their 3 M249s and fire support from an M60 will make short work of these Grenzers. There is a T80 there. Darrick needs to get that up to support those Grenzers. That command sitting pretty here, and Karma is now in this forest area, so there'll be no firing out of it. He has a tank there as well. That BMP3 is going to get smashed by that tank. The HE bomber coming in. Going for these Grenzers, I assume. They'll finally tank support firing against those mech rifles. Poor Grenzers. Oh, lovely strike by Karma. Sitting pretty round the back. Not sure what the plan is here for Darrick. I think it was a good distraction, but there are reinforcements there now. He would need a small force to push through. He's bringing in a T-80, but I imagine that's going towards the middle rather than going to hang around in Delta. Grenzer's coming in, probably to reinforce or replace the ones from the center. They could potentially go to Delta, as he doesn't actually have any recon there. And 2 more Grenzer squads heading through the center. Mech Rifle Law pushing down this way, probably to get rearmed by those supply. These mech rifles probably going to push across to here. Mostrelki reinforcements coming in, including their Metis launchers. Karma has been beaten back here. Mutzivi is being brought down to this end of that forest very sensibly, because if Darrick controls this, he can potentially shoot out of it at anything at this end. So getting it right to this side, very sensible. More reinforcements coming in down here, including a TOW 2, likely going to go into this forest area. Will be devastating against any of these tanks that get in its way. Very curious where that tank's going. It is going to the center as expected then. More reinforcements coming in here. Just cheap Heimatsuchen. Nothing too exciting. Sapri hanging around there. There's a Stinger there. It will cause issues if any choppers or planes come in for Darrick. Another bit of a skirmish down here now. I'd love to be able to see the tanks in the forest properly, but it's so hard to get a good shot on them. They just don't show up very well. There has been some debate mentioned about having them highlighted when you zoom in really close, so you can still see them in the forest. And this is not a bad idea. Mech rifles taking pot shots at these tanks won't do much damage to the front armor, but once that TOW arrives, that will. M60, M1A1 against 2 T-80s. T-80s will struggle there. 3 T-80s, sorry. And he's being very careful with them. The reality is that that TOW 2 poses a very big threat to them, along with the M1A1. Matsuchin pushing up here. And Cannon Jagdpans are not far behind. And Karma, again, he doesn't have the forces to make a push on this point either. Darrick's still ahead in points. Karma taking things slowly, but will want to push across the center, I'm sure. Dropping up quite a few reinforcements here. I think this will be a group push across here. Strelke round the back there for Darrick, taking out these vehicles. Not the be-all and end-all, but will stop Karma getting those points refunded. May also cause some problems for that M1A1, though Karma obviously knows they're there. He has called in a chopper to deal with them. HE Bomber coming in for Darrick there. Going for these guys. No, going for the back. I thought it might be going for the guys in the field. Good strike, but the TOW 2 had been moved. I think that was aiming for the TOW 2 there. An MI-8 MTA chopper recon coming in there. Spotted the Heimatsuchen, or at least the Heimatsuchen have given their position away by opening fire potentially. So hard to judge with these choppers how much they're truly seeing. Big open field combat again, on the opposite side this time. In the previous game it was Karma pushing out, and this time it's Darrick trying to push in that way. Nice side shot. Nope. Only caught the front armor. That's a shame. I thought he got a side shot there. Very good use of these BMP3s again, but has been killed by that tank coming in. That is an M1 Abrams. There's an M1A1 coming in behind as well. A Cobra. An ITO coming in as well. I mean, there's a lot of anti-tank there now. Mech rifles coming in as well. And Karma making a good push across the bottom here. I can't help but feel that there's going to be issues now for Darrick. Cluster bomber coming in. Very good choice. I assume he's going for that tank, but the tank is pulling back. Oh. Maybe a last minute call that he hoped it was going into that forest, but it has been pulled right back. Shame that. Such nice models when you zoom in. Karma getting the advantage at the top as well here. Built up his forces before making a move. Also using the cannon Jagdpanzer and Heimatsuchen to cause issues down at the bottom. Wants to stretch Darrick's attention over the entire map. Another T-80 coming in there. Now Darrick has quite a few tanks in the center. That's a lie. He only has 2 now. 3 in total. I think he's lost 1 or 2. He's lost another one. He's down to 2. The third one is coming in here as well, though. But right now, Karma just has more tanks. Plenty of tow launchers. I think Darrick's in trouble. Just looking at what he's bringing in, the answer is I can't see a lot of reinforcements coming in right now. A constant stream of supply and cheap infantry coming in for Karma, though. I'm wondering what Darrick's plan is here. 262's coming in there. Command is still okay in that building, but it's only a matter of time. Strelke doing a great job here, has captured some supply. That means that he is rearming and resupplying as he goes, but he is now engaged by 2 Heimatsuchen squads. They will cause him issues. The problem is he may get stun locked by those machine guns. Yeah, they're dying quickly now. Good effort. Now Karma pushed all his forces down here. Doesn't have a lot at the back. The Sapri could very easily kill that Ito, but he needs to get closer. SC-25 attack Anti-tank jet coming in. Likely going for one of these tanks. 2 Alpha jets hanging around here. I assume we're planning to go here. But Darrick's forces have managed to deal with that. Oh! Those bombers went for the MTLB, which is about to engage by the M60, but that was going for the command vehicle. Good attempt to kill it, I will say that much. I almost wish at this stage that Darrick had a chopper or something, because he could kill that with a simple rocket chopper. Oh, good use of the anti-tank there. Hit that M1A1, but hasn't killed it. It is routed. I'm curious to see how much health it has left. Chopper taken out by that Alpha jet. And one Abrams at full health. This one's still routed. Forces still up here for Karma. He needs to be careful with these tanks, does Darrick. That is back in action on a single health. Engine bomber coming in and going for these forces here. Just missed. Good effort though on Darrick's part. But right now, if we zoom out, we can see that Karma has a lot more on the field than Darrick does. Darrick still ahead in points at 18 minutes to go. Karma needs a breakthrough. He needs to get rid of a CV. He needs to get rid of a CV somewhere to start getting points, preferably in the middle, I'm sure. Lots more infantry coming in here for Darrick. I'm pondering what the plan is. Those commanders still just sat pretty there, but there are forces moving down here from Karma now. Lots more forces arriving at the top as well, so he will be heading back into this forest area. I feel like Darrick needs some serious anti-tank right now. The T-80s are good tanks, but the M1A1 Abrams is even better. Anti-tank jet coming in again, that SU-25. One of PE Retanner's specials. Yes, beautiful strike. And at the other one as well, but missed. Oh, he lost it. There's a lot of chaparrals there. And this is one of the things about the 8th Infantry Division. The 8th Infantry Division gets so many chaparrals. They get so many stingers, and the stingers are so good. I mean, the 8th Infantry right now, once you build up their air defense layer, they are almost impenetrable. Because, you know, seed does not work against them. T-62 is a good tank, but not an amazing tank. Just 10 front armor. Going up against the Abrams, they mean nothing. Look at this Abrams. 17 front armor. 19 penetration. T-62s. 16 penetration. 10 front armor. They are taking a lot of damage from these Abrams, and they're going to take a lot of damage from any TOW2s that are still around. There is one there. I think that's all he's got left. Loads of forces here. That Sapri squad still just stood there. It's such a shame. If he ran those forward, he'd probably make a mess of these squads. There is one squad of engineers, to be fair, with satchel chargers, though. Sapri being used to good effect by Darrick to clear the engineers here. LRS getting a good run up on Darrick there. Closer than he would like, I'm sure. Another SU-25 anti-tank coming in. He needs to clear these tanks. He knows it. There go the chaparrals again. Oh, the Stinger behind the lines finished it off. I knew they were going to catch something sooner or later. Seen that done a few times. People, you know, very good at getting a couple of stingers around the back just to catch your jets as they're trying to retreat. Good defensive force here now from Karma. I don't think Darrick's going to be pushing into there. Darrick's got all his attention on holding the middle. 14 minutes to go. Could this be another win for Darrick? I don't think Karma will allow that. I really don't, but maybe he won't have a choice. Karma is slowly progressing. Starting, you know, all the way back here. He was not in that point, and he is now controlling most of it. Darrick's forces clustered down here. HE bomber coming in. Will be doing some damage. 3 HE bombers coming in. Will be doing a lot of damage. Oh, Darrick. This is going to be unpleasant. Oh. Lost a few squads there. HE bomber coming in, taking out that TOW 2 finally, I assume. No. Didn't do any damage to it. Must have just landed beside it. That's sad. Very sad for Darrick. He will be disappointed with that, as he did lose the jet as well. More reinforcements coming in here, but Karma swinging around the top of the map. Look at the control here, and look at the spread and amount of units that Karma has on the map right now. Darrick just getting pinned in. His units pushed further and further back. The commander now having to vacate his premises and retreat out of the point. 13 minutes to go. Karma could catch up in points with 13 minutes left. Another HE bomber coming in for Darrick there. These are basically suicide runs for these planes now. I assume going to hit this cluster here. Oh, that's a disappointing strike again. Just missed all those units. That'll be disappointing on the replay for Darrick. I'm sure he's seen that already. Very unlucky. Karma doing a fantastic job of pushing. We saw this in the last game a little bit too late in the day. He's done it earlier this time. He's got control of the point. Darrick is out of there. Control of the point to Karma. He's now going to be +3. Darrick running his units back in to try and stop that. He knows they're going to die. He doesn't care. He just has to try and hold those points for another 12 minutes. Look at all these bombers coming in. 4 Alpha Jet HE bombers. Gonna absolutely mince Darrick's units at this end. Look at them dropping. No anti-air there. Oh, they were going for the command. The command's running away. Poor Darrick. Command is still alive and still in the point though. But Karma, just with the overwhelming force on the map. Look at that zoom out. Look at the amount of red on the map compared to blue. And in terms of blue forces, it's just a cluster here. That Alpha Jet's potentially... No, it's empty. I thought it might be coming for another bombing strike. There's the command dead. +3 to Karma. I don't think Karma will stop here. I think Karma will kill this squad of units. Or these squads, I should say. This reinforcement group. And I think once he's done with that, he might push into this point. I can't see Karma stopping. There you go. Haimatsuchin pushing along the bottom here. Darrick needs to get that BTR out of there. He needs to move it to the back of the point if he wants it to survive for longer. Tanks coming in to take care of this infantry. Oh, Karma may be thinking twice. Engineers pushing down from the top. Lots of reinforcements coming in at the bottom, including some more tanks. Darrick still calling in units. +3 now to Karma, 10 minutes left. Now, I'm not sure off the top of my head if that means that Karma would have enough points to win this if he doesn't continue to push. Because I can't remember how often you get those 3 points at the moment. They changed it early on in patches and I just can't remember. Can't remember if it's 2 seconds or 1.5 seconds. I think it might be enough that he will push ahead if he holds for the next 9 minutes 20 seconds. Good fire support from these tanks here. And they're off. I do like zooming in sometimes. Looking at the detail on these units. Darrick's still trying to hold on for dear life. Command coming in again. He has whittled down the forces of Karma, to be honest, but Karma is going to do a push at the bottom, I think. Briefly +5 for Karma. Sapri here rushing through the center. Not the best idea. They're going to take a lot of fire from tanks and they don't really have any anti-tank. Yeah, that was short-lived. He's pushing infantry up here. CV should do some damage to those. But there's the bottom point going to go to Karma. Look at that flood of mech rifles. That BTR is going to die. And there's absolutely nothing Darrick can do. He has neutralized the points again with 7 minutes to go. Here we go. Dead command down there. +2. Back to Karma. But I don't think he'll be kicking Darrick out the center anytime soon, to be fair. HE jet coming in there. Dropping on the command. It's already dead, but probably called it in before he killed it. Also, Strelky, we're heading towards the bottom. Not sure there's much point in him going there. He might as well send him to the center because there is no way he is getting back into that point with so few units. Because it is swimming with mech rifles and Heimatsuchen now. Alpha jet coming in there. Did it drop? I don't think it did. No, it didn't drop its payload. Mech rifles pushing up here, including LRS. Karma wants to find that command. He wants it dead. Darrick needs to be careful. I think he selected everything to push them forward there, including the commander, and possibly showed where it was. TOW 2 firing from up here. Will be engaged by those Sapri. Well done, Darrick. He's managed to kill it. Loads of infantry here. Supported by a lovely tank. That Alpha jet just flying around without a care in the world. There isn't actually any anti-air. Oh, there is an Igla here. And there is an Osa coming in. Loads of reinforcements coming in down here still for Karma. Bringing in a couple of tanks now. 3 tanks in total. An M1, an M60 and a CV will mince these infantry and may then push into this point as well. +2 to Karma. 5 minutes to go. He will push past the point mark, I think. He's also going to retake the center. This aggressive move by Karma paid off. Should be able to make quick work of those Sapri commanders. HE bomber coming in there. Oh, nice strike. HE also coming in here for Karma. didn't drop again. Just flew past. Is this command going to die, or are the Sapri going to get in and kill those mech rifles first? Possibly the Sapri. As long as they get close enough. They have satchel charges left. Wait, are they not throwing them? Oh, they are now. There we go. Dead. Loads of rangers coming in now. Karma wants those Sapri commanders dead. Blackhawk arrow rifles coming in around the back as well. I assume planning a swing in here, though they'll need to be careful because there is an Osa there now. Command coming in for Darrick to go to the bottom as well, but I don't think he's going to push back in there. He could bring it right down the bottom here, which is maybe his plan, and then bring it in this bottom corner. But Karma has his command in there and is +7 now. Has overtaken Darrick on points with 3 minutes 50 seconds to go. This game is Karma's for the taking. Very well played to Darrick. He's put up a hell of a fight. But without a big change on the battlefield, this is all Karma's now. Look at the amount of red on the map. Mech rifle, plenty of tanks there. Command running away from that MTLB. MTLB should be killed by these mech rifles fairly easily. Command hanging back, Sapri moving in. This command vehicle just keeps dodging around here. Those arrow rifles did manage to land at the back. I say land, they probably dropped out of the chopper as it got destroyed. Loads more mech rifles coming in the center though for Karma. Karma has that beautiful push going step by step the entire game. It's just been a very gradual thing with these sudden big bites that he's taken out of Darrick's defenses every so often. Darrick doing a very good job at times at pushing back, but the reality is Karma just had that overwhelming force by the end. He just had so many more units on the field, and his ability to call in all of those mech rifles down here to take this point made all the difference. Command coming in here has dropped Karma to +5, but Karma will still be getting that +5, and this is going to die very quickly. He's got multiple tanks engaging it. There, it's dead. Back to +7 for Karma. 2 minutes to go, and there's the surrender from Darrick. Well done, guys. As you can see in this game, there was a disparity in kills to losses. Karma getting ahead there. And this time, we are seeing tanks surviving for longer. The M1A1 Abrams there, look at all of those kills. That survived a long time. Another M1 Abrams, and an M1A1, and an Ito, and an M1A1. Plenty of them lasting a long time, getting plenty of kills, something we didn't see in the previous game. This time I think it was a harder job to kill those tanks for Darrick. Modostrelki getting good kills. The T80BV doing pretty well as well. T62 doing a good job. Really good game again, guys. Karma, I have to commend you for that constant push from the get-go where you were completely at that point and you slowly got your way made across it. Darrick, well fought. Fantastic game again, guys. Cannot wait to see what happens in the tiebreaker. Please, everyone, like, share, subscribe. Tune in tomorrow for that tiebreaker game.